Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Taulantia Campaign. Last time, we made some pretty big plans involving a near-future invasion of Rome, and then we launched into a war with the goal of facilitating that plan by reclaiming Epirus, and also, hopefully, some more Greek territory to get access to a Greek levy, which will increase our army by around up to 50% in size. I guess not quite that, because we have a large Illyrian levy at the moment, which is on its way. I guess the Illyrian levy is already here. The Macedonian levy is on its way, and a mercenary force from the north is on its way for a war against Epirus, probably about a year before everything will be in position to do this war. It's very slow to move around up in northern Illyria, but we will get there within the near future. And the Roman invasion, even though I'm not going to beat Rome in the field, definitely not, so it's not like I need the numbers for that. It's more just for flexibility, because something I was thinking about was you need 500 men to siege down a settlement tile. And if I were to actually go through and count all the various city tiles that are coastal, that I can land in, siege, and then leave. Again, remembering I'm not going to hold anything. I'm just going to sack and take tons of money from all of their coastal cities. And noting as well that any coastal provincial capitals, like the one that we've claimed, Ancona, these places, when we actually siege them, will get us a ton more territory. And here's the key thing. I was looking at the wiki pretty closely about this, because I was thinking, there's no way this plan's going to work. I'm missing something, just kind of doubting myself. And on the wiki, and from my own experience, this is true, when you're in a war, and you have at least 10 war score, there doesn't seem to be a minimum period in which the AI won't accept white peace. Now, the AI is pretty reluctant to even accept a partial peace deal in this game, which is why in this game full annexation is often more cost effective, because the AI is often unwilling to do a partial peace deal unless you're basically sort of on track to be able to full annex them anyways. If they have any army still moving around, then they're pretty hesitant, which is fair enough, I suppose. But essentially, since we're just looking for white peace here and not to actually take any Roman land, we're just trying to go in, do a quick raid, and then get out. And in this game, there's no raiding mechanic in the way there is in some of the other Paradox games, so you have to do it in the form of a war. I think we should be able to get 10 war score, especially if we can destroy their navy, which I was looking at here. It is now 39 ships. They're building up their fleet pretty quickly. I think it's because they are planning to have some sort of fight with a naval power, possibly Carthage, although they actually are outnumbering Carthage, though, to be fair, we are as well. We have our 40... Liburnians. We are about to start building our Hexares once we finish the port building, and we have a level 3 port. And the last thing I'll note here before I unpause is I actually noticed that the port icons are different based on their size. So this level 2 port here is sort of like this this taller lighthouse building, and compared to the Lissos lighthouse icon, this icon is smaller. I actually just noticed this earlier as I started this recording. And it made me realize that the fort icons I've been noting all look kind of different from each other are probably like that too. They probably have different icons for larger forts. So that's kind of handy to know about that. It makes looking around at the world a little bit more, a little easier, because I can see right away what the size of things are without needing to check necessarily. The actual graphical fort, I don't think changes, but the icon does change. So that's good to know about that. Anyway, so we're now launching into our invasion of Epirus, which we're getting our troops into position for. 4,000 mercenaries from the north on their way down, and our levy of Macedonia coming into position. Our levy of Illyria is already in position. We have this all set up here. We have a really, really, really good economy right now. This is with everything turned on. We're still at almost 4 gold a month. And with everything turned off, it was 7.7 gold a month, so that's quite good. We'll keep fort maintenance on because the fort in Epidominus will play an important role here, but let's go ahead and get this going. Just basically got to wait for our guys to get into position. May take a couple months. Okay, here's the Epirus Civil War ending. We saw this at the end of last episode. The bitter civil war in Epirus has finally come to an end, with the loyal forces of Neoptolemus III Aeacid utterly crushing the rebel army led by Galon Null family. Yes, the famous Null family house, famous in Epirot history. We all know about them, of course, and his scheming cohorts. The pitched battle of Bylus almost ended in the rebels' favor. However, a decisive maneuver by Neoptolemus III Aeacid won the day for the loyalists. The outcome of this war is largely irrelevant to us, as we do not consider Epirus as either a friend or enemy. I beg to differ about that. Very soon we'll consider them an enemy. Nevertheless, we ought to be careful now that their nation is on track to recovery. Okay, so at the end of last episode, we saw that they had a civil war going on. Yeah, that's basically, that's the situation there. Just waiting for these guys to very slowly come down. I could have bought a more expensive mercenary force closer, but I think this size of force is what I need, essentially. Trade winds. The fickle sea can bring ruin or prosperity to many locales, and the city of Undone appears to be reaping the rewards of a particularly good trading season this year. Let us hope this good fortune lasts. Okay, so lots of tax in Liburnia. Liburnia is a province of course, I'm investing quite a bit in. Or this alternative modifier with pop growth and migration attraction. I think this one's almost always better, in all honesty. A larger population not only can improve your tax base just by being a larger population, but it can also improve your commerce, it can improve your research, lots of other things that are a bit more important to us than tax base. So let's go for this longer term looking one. Use the extra funds to encourage visitors to stay. Speaking of Undone, how is it doing up here? Looking pretty solid. I could build a level 3 port in Undone, but I actually don't want to spend that much money because it would use up... I actually couldn't even afford a level 3 port up here. But Undone is looking pretty good. I will start doing improvements on my cities in the near future, but I'm not quite ready financially to go that step yet. Cirrus. Cirrus can always be trusted to handle those who do him wrong with admirable benevolence. Some might say that this invites trouble, but we know better. Interesting. Gains merciful. So he's actually ailing, which is a little alarming. He's self-controlled. We saw this trait before. Extra zeal and reduced pop growth in all of Illyria. That's not so great. Merciful, though, is a pretty good modifier. So reduced enslavement efficiency, not a huge problem. We don't need a ton of slaves right now. 1 extra charisma. And so that's helping him because his charisma has been his weak spot, so that's good to see. 8% freeman happiness in all of Illyria. Love that a lot. That's a lot of extra tax and manpower for my freemen. And monthly tyranny, minus 0.05. Actually quite good, because our current tyranny was just 0.01, so that's going to help out quite a bit. If he is ailing, we need to keep in mind that Syrah may become the new lady here. She does have her husband Pladominus. Let's see here. Yeah, I picked him for his really good zeal and finesse, I think. Actually, why did I pick this guy? I mean, aside from just being his cheekbones. What is he? Hold on. Oh, he's giving her extra charisma and zeal, I guess. Yeah, it's the zeal and charisma. Okay. Fair enough. I guess I couldn't find a good martial character. Something else to note, too, with Rome's navy is they're going to have really good martial characters as admirals. Rome has a ton of bonuses to getting, like, good martial characters. They get, like, events, they get mission trees and whatnot. So Rome... Oh, plundered Lissos. Eugh, that's annoying. Rome never has trouble finding high martial admirals, which helps them compensate for their kind of bad, their kind of bad seafaring, or their bad heritage, which gives them a malice to the sea. So we got our level 3 port in Epidomnos. I think this is the first level 3 port in the whole part of the game, whole part of the map, I should say. Again, I'm not seeing any level 3 ports. I did look before I started recording. Yeah, so I think we're in the clear. So we now have, now we have 40 ships. Rome has 40 ships. The ship race is escalating. And now we're going to have to start building up some expensive but necessary medium ships to further compete in the ship race. Who's our better admiral right now? I think they're probably both the same. Yeah. Let's put it in the Ionona fleet, which is currently living in Lissos just temporarily. It's going to live in Ionona normally, but for this war... Actually, I guess I could send it back over here and pick up the mercs to move them over faster, but they're not going to be ready yet anyway, so I'll just let them... I'll let them march. No big issue. I don't want to pay for them to do, what's it called? Reorganization. This is really expensive for mercenaries. Actually, hold on. Legion maintenance cost. I think you do pay these guys more when you do reorganization with mercenaries, so not gonna do that. Yeah, because I think that counts as a legion for that purpose. Anyways, let's see. What was I doing here? Build the navy. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I need wood. I need wood over here in order to do this. That's right. That's an issue. I just realized I don't have any trade import routes available here. Okay, that's a pretty serious issue. I didn't even think about that. I need 1 unit of wood in order to build, and I actually don't have a level 3 port. in my capital, which has the wood. So that's... completely didn't think about that. That's unfortunate. This level 3 port is not a waste of money, though, because we will eventually get wood in Illyria Graeca. What do we do about this here? Even getting the local import route wouldn't necessarily help, because it might... Well, no, I could just cancel the glass trade. I think what I'll do is... I really don't like the way that this works. I'm surprised I don't have wood in this whole area. Okay, well, we'll get wood here in the future. Not a huge problem, but it is just annoying. But the level 3 port does provide some economic bonuses, so that's fine. I think, how much are each of these navies actually costing me? Let me see. It's only about 1.5 per month, and then the Admiral has a small stipend as well. I think I just build a third navy of 20 Liburnians for now. Yeah, let's do it like that. Because I can afford that even with all my stuff being paid for in full, so... Let's do it like that. Let's put our ports to use for that, because I need to start getting in the naval advantage over Rome. If I can't beat Rome's navy before my invasion, then my invasion will fail. I need naval control in order to land my forces and then retrieve them, because in order to do my plan, what I'm going to do here is land a force in Ancona in order to siege that down and get the war goal, and then also land little stacks of 500 all over the whole peninsula and all of their... as many unfortified coastal cities as I can reach, siege them down in one siege tick, and then leave. And once I have done that, and essentially once I have enough war score, once I have at least 10 war score from controlling the war goal and also all the little single settlement sieges, which do give me a little bit of war score, once I have over 10 war score and I'm able to... I'm able to go ahead and get the peace deal, get the white peace deal, then I'll get it, and it's going to be a very quick in and out type deal, not looking to stick around and actually fight Rome. But in order for this plan to work, I can't have the huge Roman fleet moving around, destroying my... Because I'll have to split my navies up to do this, of course. Destroying my little navy sections one by one. And also, I don't want the huge Roman fleet to transport their legions over to Illyria, where they'll absolutely batter their way through all of my forts, and I'll be in huge trouble. If they get into Illyria, they start sieging me, I will not be able to get enough war score to get a white peace. Then I'm in huge trouble, because at that point, Rome can just completely game ruin me, so I gotta be really careful about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and start building a third fleet. We'll build it in Epidaurus, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I just need wood. That's super annoying, but it's fine. Not the end of the world. Alright, so we'll get this going. We'll build one in Lysos too, and then we'll merge them and start building from the fleet. Meantime, we have the Illyrian War to be focused. The Illyrian War, the Epirus War to be focused on. Sorry, I'm still waking up. Anyways, but we have our mercenaries on the way. They'll get to where they're trying to get to probably by the end of the year, and we should be in the clear by then. I hope that Sierra is able to start having kids with her guy, because I really don't want my entire machination with switching my heir when I was Glaucius to come to nothing if I still have people who aren't in the direct line not in position, basically. Alright. This is looking good. I'm going to bank up on political influence. I think I may just have to literally do a business investment expenditure. I don't know if I have any technologies coming up soon that give me... I should have thought about this when I was getting these free province investments. I don't think there are any... Oh, hold on. There's one right here. Movement of water gives me a free province investment. Okay, so actually, so our next tech upgrade, or when we have 72 PI, I probably should use my PI for other things and not just try and save it there. Free stability, nice. Always good to see that. once these mercs arrive, they're going to be at about full morale, so we should be in the clear. Also noting that our huge expenditure here is also mostly about the mercenaries and not about our actual army. Army maintenance is entirely the mercs, because our levies don't actually have an army maintenance cost, so we are actually in very good hands, even without, when we don't have mercenaries, is what I'm trying to say. I'm so distracted today. I don't know what my issue is. All right, let's actually have you just hop on this ship here. Dark Order. So here's my plan for the Epirus War. Let me take a look and see what their alliance situation is. So they're allied with Corcyra. What I'm going to do is bring over. Let's see here. 11 Marshal. Okay. That makes sense. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over all of my forces and land them all on... no, actually, hold on. Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to land the mercenaries on Corcyra. And, no, well... I'm trying to decide if it's worth doing it like that. I think what I'll do is I will bring all of my forces into Apollonia and then siege Apollonia. No, hold on. Let me... One moment. I'm really struggling today. Just give me a moment. I need to think this through. I want to use these mercenaries efficiently here. Okay. This is a low IQ type thinking moment. Let's have the mercenaries come to Apollonia and siege Apollonia while my levy forces are taken by boat to Corcyra, and then they siege Corcyra. I will... keep my ships there to block passageway by the enemy army onto Corcyra to stop me. And then when I finish sieging Corcyra, I'll leave Corcyra, let the enemy try to walk back to Corcyra, hopefully as much of their forces as possible to try and re-siege it, and then I'll trap them on Corcyra with my navy. Okay, that's what we're going to do. As you can see, I had to sort of think through exactly what I was trying to do there. I'm also going to land into Apollonia with the mercenaries by sea. Actually, no. Well... Actually, that's not necessary. I'm going to approach by land. Yeah, I'll do it like that. And the reason I'm doing it like this is this keeps my levy forces that are going to be on Corcyra better protected with the boats blocking the passageway. I want the mercs to be in danger of being attacked by land. And of course, I can use my ships to move my forces back over, or some of my forces to come land in Apollonia to help out the mercs. So let's do it like that. So you come down here. We'll have the second fleet carry both of these guys. Also making sure that they have the right thing here. Let's grab this. Actually, hold on. I'll have the one with more cav actually go onto the cav-centric deception tactic just for some diversity. That may help offset a different tactic. You go onto this with your huge light infantry section. This is about when having, what's it called, leather would be great. The one that gives you light infantry bonuses. Anyways. Alright, so the second fleet is going to come on over and come to Corcyra. Mercenaries are coming down this way. And the first fleet is going to come... hold on. Wait, are they embarked? Yeah, there we go. Okay. First fleet is going to come, basically, hang out around Apollonia. Actually, we'll have it come to this tile to be in the middle. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's also extend this menu here. Okay. looking good to me. I may have my third fleet actually be... Oh, hello, pirates. Are you coming my direction? You're leaving. You're going this direction. Okay. One thing I could do to get more ships is actually fight pirates, because you can often capture pirate ships and use them for your navies. I often don't think this is worth it, because the cost of ships you'll lose to capture the pirate ships is usually pretty bad when you also have low-level ships. Pirates usually in the early game have large navies of very low-tier ships, which is also what I have, so if you have a smaller navy of high-tier ships, it might be a worthwhile strategy, but in my experience, not a consistent solution here. Okay, so here we are. I guess I should note Epirus does have a port down here, but they will probably not leave their port until... also, they do have 2,000. Although these guys are low morale, this is perfect timing. Okay, let's declare the war and get this thing going. Make sure I'm recording. Yep. Alright, so we're going to be taking... I think I'll go for take Illyria Graeca because I'm planning on actually getting Apollonia very quickly here. But I will actually be getting the Epirot land too. I don't need to click this button to get this into the peace deal. This just makes it a bit cheaper. We're unlikely to take a partial peace deal. This is going to be a full annexation of Epirus and Corcyra. So let's go for that. They're going to bring in Corcyra. There's basically nobody, and I also thought about this between episodes, is there anyone I could get as an ally for this war? I mean, the only person who also looks like Macedonia has been killed. Wait a minute. Is Macedonia in the game anymore? Macedon. Nope, they're still here. They're a city-state. Oh, that's so sad. Macedon's a city-state on Skyros. Oh, that's absolutely brutal. Wow, the Antigonids did you dirty, Macedon. That is really embarrassing. Okay, maybe the Macedon will rise again. We'll see what happens with them. But now the Antigonids are the big threatening guy next to me. And they do border Epirus in the south. They actually have part of Epirus in their control, so that's not great. But we'll have to worry about the Antigonids later. They are not looking to be my friend right now, which is fair enough. Yeah, so let's not worry about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and declare the war. Take Illyria Graeca. Let's go for it. Alright, the Hellenistic local power of Epirus and Corcyra have rallied together to defend in this war. Here we go. Mercs come on in, and these guys go ahead and take this landing attack. Not only are we outnumbering them more than 2-1, but their morale is not very good because they're still recovering from being part of the Epirot Civil War. They were helping out the Epirot sort of loyalist side, so should be a completely free landing here. You can see actually we already have 13 war score, and this is actually a good war to test out to see how the AI handles peace deals. So I guess I should also note that, let's see, yeah, I have to wait at least 1 month to do it, but I don't think the 13 war score at the start would be enough for them to do a peace deal. This is actually good that I have 2 guys here because they do have a level 2 fort here, so I need at least 4,000 here on Corcyra. So actually using the mercs on Corcyra would have been a huge mistake. I'm glad I didn't do that. Alright, here we come. Completely free landing. I guess they're allowed to walk out? That shouldn't be possible because my forces are here. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Here's the enemy. I'm going to engage them here as well. Should be basically a free fight. We'll take a couple hundred casualties. Yeah, that's totally fine. Fortress is under siege. Alright. We're going to catch these guys in Apollonia too. So we're going to be damaging the enemy armies a lot early on. That's quite good. Actually, the mercs are 4.5k. Ooh, got a stack wipe. That's actually pretty important because that is the entire Illyrian section of the Epirot army that we just killed right there. 28% start as well. Wow, okay. That's pretty good. So let's go ahead and just get this going here. Pretty good start to the war. Pretty pleased with that. So, should still be fine. We can also move sections of these two, or we can move sections of this army over to the mercs in Apollonia pretty freely. We can't split the merc army, but we can split our levies with no issue here. We got our first navy done. Technically, one of the Liburnians here has joined this force, so let me actually switch. I mean, I'll just leave it in this force for now. We'll build over to this Liburnian, so let's go ahead and get this going. So we'll just build 19 here, or I'll build 18 here. Class is 3. And let's preemptively call this one Class is 3 Corcyra. Corcyra. So we're letting the world know exactly what we plan to do with Corcyra. Corcyra makes for a really great naval base because it's an island, it juts out a bit, and it's just a good southerly extent for our thing here. Plus the naming scheme of starting in the north with Undone and then sort of going more and more south, it kind of makes sense. So we'll just call it Corcyra for now. We're not going to use this navy in the war, but or in this war, but we will build to it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right. Looks good. We're going to go work on Epidamnos, totally fine. We should win that siege race, but if we aren't looking to win, if they get a breach or something, we can come back over. Yeah, that's starting at 49%. Not great for them. So far, so good. I think using these mercenaries was a good idea because it just splits the enemy's attention. And now they're going to go work on Epidamnos and not even fight us in the field. And if we have to take a big fight, I'd rather it be with the mercenaries whose losses I don't have to replenish from my manpower. So, good stuff. Rome is fighting... who are they fighting? Oh yeah, they were fighting these guys before. This is Calactia. They were fighting them before I started the recording down in Sicily now, or Sicilia. Now they're gonna border Carthage once they finish this war, and I think during their war with Carthage is the perfect opportune moment to go for my invasion of the peninsula plan, because it's gonna have their legions in the most inopportune spot to respond to some sort of invasion. The thing is, I can decide to invade Rome at any point once I have the naval strength to pull it off. I don't need to do it just as soon as I'm able to. It's better to do it while they're distracted with the war against Carthage, which their mission tree will push them into fairly soon, as from what I can tell, now that they control Sicily and whatnot, or they control a large section of Sicily. So I think ooh, that was a really good roll by these mercs. I should start investing more in siege tech, because getting the good siege rolls just... it brings so much joy to my life, you know? It gives me a purpose to live, is when I get the good siege rolls here in this game. Good one here as well. Alright, here comes another Epirate force. So if these two forces link up, that would be a little scary. But I have a weird feeling... okay, we got the claim on Rome. Good. Do I use my political influence again for something else now? I think I save now my political influence. There's nothing else I need to claim right now. I still have a couple more Illyrian wars to get to, and there's absolutely no rush at all to get another claim on someone else, because I don't need to fight someone else like that anytime soon. So we should be totally fine. I think what I might do is once I get Corcyra, I might just bring this force over to Apollonia and then just attack into Epidaurus with a combined almost 10k forces here. Boy wants to buy horses. Alright. They're fighting Freniatia. They've conquered these guys. Now they're fighting little Freniatia. I can't believe Freniatia has survived this long. These guys often get stamped out sooner than this, but alright. Looks fine to me. What's Corcyra doing? Goofy stuff. Defender's Dessert, pretty good. Status quo. Epidaurus is holding out great. The gods are with me with this one. Absolutely wonderful. Alright. Yeah. The AI does this a lot. It just commits and then it sort of gives up on the siege idea of unfortified settlements, especially when it's next to a fortified spot. Granary is raided. Okay, so here's the event that I like. This lets you get some provincial loyalty in Dindaria, so that's pretty good. Dindaria has had some issues. Yeah, definitely good timing on that. All right, so we've read this event before. I think we have in this campaign, so either way. You can read it on the screen if you really want to. Whatever increases loyalty is going to be really great. So not this one, because that decreases loyalty. So you basically can pick what you trade for the loyalty. 10 influence and 2,000 manpower, absolutely not worth it. 10 influence by itself would be worth it, but the 2,000 manpower, you're joking. They need to reduce that by like 100%, in all honesty. Or reduce that by like a factor of 10 is what I mean, not by 100%. 1,000 manpower is still way too much, but if they reduce it to 200 manpower, I might take it, but even then that's still 10 months or so of manpower. So this one trades the governor's loyalty. He actually is almost disloyal, so I maybe don't want to do this one, and then he pays money, or I pay money and he gains the loyalty. I think this one's the best call, even though I'm in a war right now and I kind of don't want to spend tons of money on events. This is a very good trade, so I'm paying, let's see here. So 33 gold, and I'm going to probably make that from the sack I do at Passeron. And then I gain 10 loyalty with this governor, who I think I had to bribe before. I either have or had to bribe him, or he's like near bribe range. And then also 10 loyalty into Daria. Let's replace the stockpile. Good stuff. All right, 49%. Yeah, their Epidaurus siege has not gone very well. This is a absolute wash for them. Passeron does have a level 2 fort as well, so we got to be aware about that. But this force is pretty well positioned to just move on in there. I think they still have plenty of food. Yeah, should be fine. The last of the Argi Raspides... Holy, what? The last of the Argi Raspides Argyraspides, one of the fabled veterans from the Silver Shields, the backbone of Alexander's army, is requesting a place to stay in Illyria. They have not often been seen after they betrayed Eumenes by handing him over to Antigonos, as the unit was split up and dismissed by the general. It seems Nicodoros Ctesiclid was banished from Epirus. There's a super high marshal Macedonian guy. Could make for a great admiral, I should note, with that high marshal. And let's see if he has any traits that I care about here. Nothing that would make him a bad admiral. He's quite old, but then again, I don't need to have my admirals be around forever. It's better to have admiral turnover than governor turnover. So I could welcome him. I could welcome him to Illyria. He'd probably have good loyalty as well. So even though he's not Taulantian, I think this specific character probably won't have the loyalty issues that come from non-Taulantian characters. So let's welcome him to Illyria and go ahead and make him the admiral immediately. May as well just get him in the role. All right. We're paying him a little bit, but it's only 0.16. The rest of that cost is the ships. So he's now our Corcyran admiral, quote unquote. Are they breaking their siege? Okay, they're going to come over. That's fine. Let's respond here and just not be goofy about this. Let's go ahead. That's not the right button. Create your unit. Let's just leave 500 soldiers here. All right. And make sure that this is happening correctly. Yep. We'll keep... hold on. There we go. We'll keep 500 here to keep the siege locked down. And then these guys... let's see here. They might actually get to Apollonia before these guys arrive, but after they're locked. So we will have... We're going to win this fight either way, because we have a better... yeah, the whole... Look at their general! Oh my god! I don't think I've ever seen the AI have such bad generals. What are they doing? Epirus! You're Epirus! You're famous for having a really good general. How in the world do you have generals this bad? Oh my god, yeah. So this is an absolute cakewalk with those generals, even though they have more numbers than we do. And we'd be attacking them. I'm still not going to let them get away with a very big... I guess these are just mercs that we'd be losing, but either way, I want to make use of these mercs for the Siege of Passeron. So we're going to do it like this. We're not going to play around. No need to be too risky here. Bring these guys over. Because we have the Navy in position, so may as well. Just come here, and we'll pop you off. We'll be getting there just around the time they arrive. Oh, we won the siege. Oh, wow. Look at this timing. That's pretty good. So now we're going to be defending in the, what's this, the plains, in the farmland. That's going to help out a bit as well, but ultimately we're still going to arrive to support. They've arrived. Everyone just hop over. What are we looking at here? About 10 days away. We may get here after the fight's over, but should still... Well, we might get here at the very end of the fight. Hold on, let's see. Yep, there we are. Okay, I'm glad we arrived because our mercenaries would have actually lost that fight if we didn't arrive. So glad that we reinforced there. This number here is mostly the mercenaries. I can almost guarantee it. But we absolutely obliterated their forces. That's really quite bad for them. All right. So now with that done, we can actually bring, I think, all of these guys onto the boats. Let's do it like that. Yeah, let's bring them all onto the boats. And we'll then be able to come back over and resume the siege of Corcyra, and also have a section go over and start working on Passeron. And then we'll be in pretty good shape to just proceed from there. Now notice here, 13 war score, that's all that we have, and they already accept white peace. So that's a pretty good sign for the Rome War, because I need to keep track of how low war score AI is willing to go for peace. Rome may be a bit more trouble just because of... Oh, hello, they're fighting Carthage. Okay, so this is going to have to speed up our plans a bit. They're fighting Carthage now, which means their navy may also be fighting the Carthaginian navy somewhere. So this must have just started a moment ago. Hold on. Carthage has Calacte. How does Carthage own this? Okay, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Weird mechanics. But basically, as soon as the Epirot War is over, I might just launch into the Rome War immediately, because Rome is fighting Carthage. I can't let this opportunity go by. My navy isn't quite ready yet, but they are now distracted, and their navy shouldn't be able to respond to my navy super easily. Okay, looking pretty good. So let's get this Rome War over and done with ASAP, is what I have to say. All right, on the boats you go. gotta grab the... We're all in the first fleet here. Good stuff. Come back over. Being able to leave a little force to keep the siege going, it sort of doesn't make sense if you think about what sieges are, that a small force can kind of lock a siege in place. I mean, the whole point of a siege is that your men are stopping them from resupplying the castle, so it doesn't really make sense, but I'm not going to be too upset. I'm not going to complain too much. You know, I may as well just keep them all together. They probably won't have too much morale, too many attrition problems, and I can't even work on Passeron until I have more of a combination of them, so shouldn't be a huge problem. We'll just do it like that. Let me watch this war with Carthage pretty closely here. 35%, nope, defenders desert, totally fine. I could breach, or I mean I could assault, but I'd use a lot of my own levy strength for that, so probably not necessary. And there's no huge rush. I do want to get to Rome while they're fighting Carthage, but I don't need to do this right this second. I need to give Rome time to get their legions and navies over in this area and not over in this area. I won't even probably lower my levy after this war. That's how quick I'm going to go. I will raise the Greek levy immediately, though, which I think I should be able to. A ruler is born. A daughter has been born to Siras. We are told that the baby is named Mawida Taulantid. She is the daughter of the king of Illyria. She's a member of the Taulantid family. That's great. All right, so we got a new heir, Mawida. So Mawida is 23 years the junior of her sister Sira. That's totally fine. So if Sira doesn't have any kids, at least we have another kid hanging around. That's pretty good. 42%. Nope. Sorry, this is an okay moment to have bad siege rolls, because this Epirate army is not threatening me right now. Imperial Challenge. Yeah, that's the special Rome Carthage Casus Belli that they get from their DLC, or from the Carthage DLC, I think. Defenders desert again. I'm so tempted to assault, but I don't have a breach. That'd be too greedy, because my men are mixed in here with the mercs. Still only 1% attrition as well. Because yeah, look at that territory. My guys are not heavy at all. I really am doing something right with my unit weight management. All right, Siege of Corcyra, good stuff. All right, I guess it wasn't a city, so I couldn't sack it. That's no big deal. Let's go ahead and get all these guys over to Passeron. I think I'm just going to assault Passeron, but I'll do it with the mercenaries when they arrive first. Yeah, I want to use the mercs. Actually, hold on. We're gonna fight their navy. It shouldn't be a huge problem. Yeah, we destroyed their 3 ships. Totally fine. We also captured their admiral, as usual. We're always capturing admirals. In fact, I think I have an admiral captured from a long time ago. Nope, I don't. That's fine. Let's see. Actually, Rome's legions might be up here because they're fighting Freniatia still, which I think is unrelated to their Carthage war. They're in just 2 separate wars at once. Yeah, things are looking really promising for an invasion. How do I want to do this here? Because I definitely want to get the Greek levy raised and then be deployed in my invasion of Rome, and not do that separately. So I don't want to start attacking Rome right this second, even though I have a good opportunity to. Let's just bring everyone over to Passeron. I'll have the mercs go in first, and then I'll launch an assault once everyone else gets there. And I hope that the mercs will. Actually, hold on. Shoot. Not gonna be able to catch them. That's fine. I don't need to actually defeat that force in the field. In fact, it's better if I don't. There we go. Mercs arrive first. I think this should mean... Wait, hold on. The mercs are still not arriving first? Why are they not arriving first? What's the issue? Okay, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to worry about that. Grand Festival. In a stunning display of generosity, Labius, a well-loved member of our religious institution, has commissioned a grand festival out of his own pocket. Hey, look at that. We get 2 years of 5% Taulantian happiness. Fine with that. Yeah, I think I'll just do an assault. I think it should use... Well... I'll do an assault because I should do an assault because I want to use the levy right away, right after. I don't know how long it's going to take to re-raise my Illyrian levy from this war. I wish I was able to tell that. I don't know why the mercs are arriving last. That doesn't seem to make any sense to me. I guess I shouldn't assault, though, because this is a 1,000-strong garrison, so definitely probably not going to be sensible to do it like that. I don't need to rush too much here. Rome's not going to finish their war with Carthage immediately. They did finish their war with the old guy up there, but this will take a while. They're probably still getting organized for that, too. So this is totally fine. No need to do anything too goofy here. Let's just be sensible. I have a good thing going. I don't want to screw it up by getting crazy. Yes, I'm aware that they lack food. But remember that the food is only an issue while they are also dealing with attrition, so probably not going to be a huge problem. Food shortage, yep, but in the siege, not in the besiegers. I think if I get a breach, I'll assault, but if I don't get a breach, I'll hold firm. No need to be too risky here. Oh. Stuff is happening here. Rome is getting, like, they're trading territories in some sort of weird mechanic way. Again, this is just like DLC mechanics I don't know about. I'm not sure how they're doing this. This shouldn't be a huge problem, though, because none of the territories that are going to be changing hands are the ones on their mainland, which is what I will be targeting in my raid. So it shouldn't ultimately be a huge problem. All right, they're going to come work on Apollonia, probably. I think I should win that siege race with no trouble. Yeah, should be totally fine. If it looks as though they're going to start having... if it looks as though they're going to get Apollonia faster for some reason, I might assault just to be safe. But I'm already losing a lot of guys to attrition here, it looks like. Water shortage, that's pretty good. Let's see those good siege rolls, please. Is it building all of my Liburnians in just Ionona? That's not very efficient. Hold on, let me fix that. Why is it doing it like that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This game, I swear. I'll have to just manually rejoin them into the 3rd Navy, but should not be a huge problem. Oh, they got a breach? Okay, that's not great, but they're unlikely to assault. I'm already way ahead of them, too. If they're close to 0%, I'll just assault, because I can't let them get Apollonia back. That would be a disaster, because then I'd have to get Apollonia back again, because it is my war target, and I don't want to just leave Apollonia. I want to make sure I get that, so... irritating, but... What is going on around here? This is so strange. It's like they're not doing a real fight. They're just, like, doing this weird territory switching mechanic. Okay, here's the Roman Navy. I think this is their whole navy, or a large section of it. Moving around. 29 Liburnians, 15 triremes. So I'm not seeing any medium ships, so that's good to see. They definitely have wood, probably in their port locations, but not seeing any level 3 ports anywhere in the places that I expect them to be, so I think we should be in the clear. I can also hire mercenaries and use them in the Roman War, but I'm not sure for what purpose they could specifically help. Sira Taulantid requests responsibility. The heir to Illyria, Sira Taulantid, is asked to take on some of the responsibilities of rulership from Cyrus. Though young, Sira Taulantid is confident that she has the necessary capabilities to be an effective administrator. I tend to agree. 11 finesse is definitely quite good. I could give her prominence. I think I'll give her prominence. Totally happy with that. I thought she might be asking for an officer position, which I probably would give her, now that I think about it, if I was allowed to, which I'm not. Carthage wants to trade for salt? Absolutely, Carthage, please. Be my friend, Carthage. They actually won't do it, but I think what I might do is... Well, actually, hold on. If I give Carthage access... No, actually, that shouldn't be an issue right now. I'll worry about that later. Right, 42%. Let's see. This passer on siege. This is the last fort in Epirus, so once the siege is done, we get the province occupied automatically, and we'll be in the clear. Oh, yeah. So the navy being built. Still too many people to do an assault, but let's see if we don't need to. Nope, defenders desert. That's fine. These guys are still not at 0% yet, so I think we should still be fine. Okay, now they're at 0%, but 0% can never win, even with a breach, so let's see if we win this 42% roll here. Come on. Did I mention that I don't like the way sieges work in this game? I think I've mentioned that once or twice. Sierra Taulantia had taken on some of the responsibilities of state from Cirrus and has performed remarkably well. She shows promise in both statecraft and diplomacy that will serve her well when it comes to her time to rule. Sierra will make a good king. It's an interesting way to phrase it, but all right. I'm all for making king a gender-neutral term. Why not, honestly? Anyway, so Sierra is going to be our quote-unquote king. We get 5 legitimacy. That's actually pretty good. Our legitimacy was really hurt by our succession earlier. And she gains some popularity and prominence. Totally happy to groom her for rule. That seems to be a pretty good call. There we go. Pass her on is 1, and just in time to get all this stuff before things are over and done with. We lost a lot of guys in terms of where is it? Attrition and whatnot. Our mercenaries took a huge beating. We're going to go ahead and actually disband this force now. I don't think we should use the mercenaries. Actually, I guess we could use them in this war, in the Rome War. Actually, yeah, hold on. Let's use them in the Rome War. Let's bring all these folks over to Phoeniki. Let's make sure we don't interrupt this, though. When are we getting here? Yeah, probably it's not going to get 0%. They can't win a 0%, so totally fine. 14%, I'd be scared, but I can end the war right now, and we will be in the clear. Sue for peace. We're going to take Apollonia finally, and this will be one of our last southerly Illyrian takings of the Illyria region. A long-standing neighbor, Apollonia, finally under our control. And we're going to also take, of course, Corcyra and all of Epirus that we can access in this peace deal. This will begin our march into Greece, but not quite yet. We have another thing to focus on first. So let's take this peace deal. We're going to get 5 aggressive expansion, really not a problem at all. We're at 0 right now. War exhaustion's also okay. And yeah, other than that, this is going to be the right approach. So we should get 2 full annexations from this peace deal. All right. The Hellenistic local power of Epirus accepts our generous peace offer. Epirote Illyria Graeca to Illyria, Epirote Epirus to Illyria, and Corcyran Epirus to Illyria. Right, the Epirote elite, we're going to go ahead and banish those of class, and same with the Corcyran elite. All right, let one day go by. Now, the real prize, of course, is the Greek levy, which we need to assign a new governor to this area. Let's see here. This is, I think, my daughter's husband. Yeah, this guy could make for an interesting governor. He should be pretty loyal to the royal family because he's married to the future queen. The only issue is if he somehow... I shouldn't think too hard about this. He has really good finesse, but no martial at all. That might be fine, because I have good other martial characters, and having a high finesse character for Greece will be really handy, because these guys are going to be really upset being rolled over by barbarian Illyrians, so... Plus, it just seems fitting to make this guy the governor, given his good finesse. And he's super, super, super loyal. No corruption problems. Yeah, let's go with this guy. Platomenos Aliazonid, you're going to go ahead and become the governor. Good stuff. This is probably the right policy for now. Epirus is not going to be pleased for a while. Actually, they're weirdly okay with things for being on, I guess, their own local autonomy, so good stuff. And we can now, of course, importantly, raise the Greek levy, which we're going to do immediately. No need to even wait around, because we have a brave new invasion to launch. We're going to go for that. So raise the forces here, starting off. Oh, look at this. I love the Greek levy format. All right, so heavy infantry, or light infantry in the front, heavy in the back, light cav on the side. Yeah. All right. And I guess we need to remember that this force has a very, very low amount of martial. We'll keep this force alongside a stronger force, but this guy is not in charge of Greece for his martial abilities. And our name gets bigger. I think our name is bigger than Rome's name at the moment, so that's pretty good. Okay, so let's plan this out here. Now, where is Rome's army? I have no idea. And, oh, they have a lot of ships. I should probably know where Rome's army is. So let's actually have some of our ships go scout around and just sort of get a lay of the land of Rome. Hold on. So if you do that, and then let's have you come down here and just check around here. Was this just sacked? What's happening over here? Fresh conquest. Yeah, this is more DLC stuff. Just kind of come around here, look and see. All right. Meanwhile, yeah, I'm actually making more money now that the mercs have been damaged. Let's get everyone over to, what's the best spot for this? Let's actually have everyone come to Corkyra, because it has a port, and then we'll reorganize them in Corkyra, and get all of our navies over here. Yeah. Looks good to me. Also, let's go through and look at our new territory. The city of Apollonia is in very bad shape. I actually need to move a slave over here ASAP because this is quite dangerous. Let's move a couple slaves from Epirus. Let's move some Taulantian slaves. All right, let's shore up the city here. So now it's at least at 4. All right, this looks fine. Let's build a port here, actually. Well, I don't really have the money for that. We'll build a port here in the near future. Looks fine. Now down here, actually, what other? Yeah, just that. Down here, I need to make sure all these places don't have buildings I don't want. Okay, we can make a ton of money, actually, from Passaron. Passaron's not going to stay a city. This is a very bad spot for cities in the mountains, so let's go ahead and destroy all this stuff. Make a ton of money from this. Absolutely great. Let's also revoke the city status. 5 tyranny, totally worth it. All right. Now down here, mines for precious metals, absolutely. We'll move some people over to Undone pretty soon. Destroy the port there. Destroy the barracks here. And leave that there. Will Corkyra remain a city? I think it probably will remain a city, and it might actually become the capital of Epirus for now. Especially because the actual good capital spot, Ambracia, which is a farmland on the coast, is in Antigonid hands. So I'm not going to be getting that for a while. So let's make Corkyra the capital. Plus, it's also fortified, and it's an island, and it's an important location anyways. So let's do it like that. All right. So what do we have here? I don't need the marketplace. Actually, yeah, that might have been helpful, but oh well. I'd rather have the money and the academy. These are stuff I might build in the mid or late game, but for now, I just need the money, honestly. All right. Good stuff. These guys want earthenware. Yep. We're going to make a ton of money from selling. Starving Pops and Passaron. I don't care. They can leave. The Epirus built a city in the mountains, which was a big mistake, so it's not my fault that I am wisely decommissioning it. All right, what do we have here? Remia wants to trade for earthenware. Yep. Happy to do that. All right, so I'm not seeing anyone around here in this part of Illyria Greca, so that's a good start. How much food do we have here? We'll replenish our food supplies here for a few months while our scouts are doing their work. Our Ronia wants olives. All right, try it for Ronia. Mostly now I'm just coming to see what's going on around here. I'm not seeing anyone around this part of Italia. I wasn't expecting to see any of that, but good to see anyway. Not going to trade with Rome. Etruria, they exist still. I actually didn't realize that. They want to trade for olives. All right. Yeah. Things are looking pretty safe around here. I think this entire section of the peninsula is not being occupied right now. I don't know if their legions are involved in this DLC stuff down here, the DLC kind of mechanic stuff. But I'm not seeing any of them around this part of the peninsula. So, and they are technically, of course, at war with Carthage and their friends. So it's not like they're just doing DLC stuff that doesn't involve their armies. All right, not even seeing their armies around here. Where are their armies actually? Not entirely sure. But again, I'm not looking to fight Rome or annex. Okay, here's the Siculian armies. That's something at least. That's one of Rome's puppet friends, I think. Okay, I think I found the Roman army. So 21k. Like I said, I'm not going to fight this army, so they are actually all down here. That's basically what I needed to see. I can't imagine that they have many more forces than that. I think it's time to launch into the invasion of Rome. Also, hello, Kosei. What's going on here? That was a fortified city, so not a huge problem that we can't get that. Okay, so look, before we actually declare war, of course we have to get into position. Let's let all of our ships come back. I don't know where their navy is, but again, it's not close enough that it should be able to interrupt my plans. Now let's do a quick test here. Let's see here. Move all these navies out for a moment. How many ships do I need to carry just 500 guys? So let's grab just one of these forces here and create a new unit. Let's grab a 500 stack here. So this guy, we're going to call this the test levy. So we're just going to check this guy. So for a 500 man force, which is the amount you need to siege a settlement tile, which is what we care about, how many ships would that take? So let's test with just one ship. So one ship is enough for 500, so that's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our forces that we can split. I guess we can't split the mercenaries apart, but we can use them as one force. Get this guy, disembark him. All right. Do we have all of our stuff reinforced yet? This guy's not reinforced yet. This guy, hold on. Let me merge these guys back together just for now. Okay, so as the mercenaries, actually the mercs aren't really worth it for this plan because I can't split them. Yeah, so let's not use the mercenaries. It's just one more force to do a siege. Not going to be helpful. I guess I could throw them over at the Roman Legion to like slow them down, but that won't be helpful. And it will also cost war score, so let's go ahead and lower the mercenaries. This will save us a lot of money. Let's check out what happens to our budget. Yep, that was about a full gold by itself. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our levy forces. Hold on, didn't I merge you back in? 1 moment. Oh no, I didn't do that. There we go. Take these forces and split them up into stacks of 500, and then take our navies and split them up in a way that evenly distributes them between all the different stacks of 500. This is going to take quite a while, and I actually think I might do this off camera and then start the next episode having done this. I'm trying to think if any of you would care about seeing me do this. Probably not. You can just take... I've done a lot of stuff like this on camera for the Undone campaign. So just take my word that this is going to be probably 10 minutes or so of just kind of slow, careful organization micro, which you'll just be able to see the results of in the next episode of the Taulantia campaign. So thank you so much for watching this action-packed episode. We are now about to launch into the invasion of Rome. It is finally here, with their Punic War underway. Now is our chance to strike at them while their huge army is way over here, completely distracted and completely unprepared for a naval assault and a huge raid on their peninsula. The goal here is to just ransack all of their unfortified towns, steal all their money, and one other thing that I might want to do if I'm able to pull it off, if I'm able to get occupation that doesn't involve sieging on land that can be released into a liberation target, so liberate different of the tribes that they've annexed before. I don't think there'd be unfortified land that would let me do that, but if I am able to do it, releasing people from their land in the peace deal would be a pretty big way of messing their AI up, because it would really screw up their development and whatnot. So we're just trying to basically damage Rome as much as possible while they're distracted by Carthage. In the future, we'll be in a better position to actually fight Rome as an equal, but for now, despite being about the same size as Rome, their land is like 5 times as valuable as my land. And this is just an opportunistic strike at them while they're distracted. So thank you so much for watching. In between episodes, I will go ahead and organize my forces in the way that I've described. I will see you all next time.